Hey, Vsauce, Vishwajit here. Long time no see. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're surviving this real life death stranding. So, some stuff's been happening, huh? No, I'm not talking about the Central Vista project by the government of India, which is trying to redevelop Delhi and destroy historical monuments. It also costs 20,000 crores, which, you could spend on the fucking pandemic. I'm also not talking about the PM Cares Fund, which is taking money from foreign entities, and it's also a trust fund, which is not democratically controlled. Let's save all of that for another day. Today we'll talk about Tablighi Jamaat and how Indian media is the fucking worst. Also math.
अपना कहर दिखा दिया है और हिंदुस्तान का मुसलमान मस्जिदों में एकत्र होने से बात नहीं आ रहा।
This Islamic congregation has also at least effectively 3,000 corona suspects. क्या ये जानबूझ कर किया जा रहा है? क्या ये षड्यंत्र है?
Let's first get down the facts. Tablighi Jamaat is a Muslim religious organization which held an event in early March in Delhi. It had delegates from all across South Asia. And as it turns out, a few of them were the COVID-19 or coronavirus carriers. And when people went back to their home states, they took the virus with them. This single event is being blamed for the rise of the virus in India. And I want to talk about why that's just the stupidest thing ever. So, using math, I can figure out that most of you watching this video are not subscribed to this channel. So, I don't really know you, and you don't know me. And I want to get out the obvious stuff out of the way. The event was held in early March, and at this time, the virus was going around. We knew that. The WHO had not declared it to be a pandemic, but we knew this was something that was going on, and holding an event at such a time was very irresponsible. But this was not the only event that was happening at this time, and I want to be very clear about that. Groups all across the country were organizing events, and people were gathering all around. Like, no one was caring about the virus, and the government wasn't really enforcing anything either. There's a particular reason why it's even more stupider. And we'll get to who's the worst offender here, and the answer might surprise you because it's not the government. And I mean, not completely. Even so, it was irresponsible to hold the event, and I can say that because I'm not a fucking lib. The worst offender here is the Indian media. And if you know anything about India, you know what a shit show the entire media landscape is. There's a great article by Vindu Goyal in the New York Times about the press freedom situation in India and why the media here is the worst, but I'll summarize the situation for you. Most media here is corporate media, and most media of the corporate media is openly fascistic, and they just don't give a shit. The media has managed to make a pandemic a religious issue here. I'm gonna play for you a clip from News Laundry because I cannot take Indian media without music. Let's look at it, shall we?
अरे बात रखने का हक है मेरा। इस टेप को सुनेंगे तो आपको गुस्सा है। अरे भाई हमारा चिल्लाने का हक है। हम नागरिक हैं। पूरा भारत चिल्लाएगा। अरे भाई हमारा कुछ और काम नहीं है। कोई डिसिप्लिन की बात नहीं अंसार आजा जी। आइए डिबेट करना है तो करिए आप। Do not use the word ignorance. It's not ignorance. It's willful. It's deliberate. It's well planned.
Damn.
It's a damn conspiracy.
He's so loud.
सऊदी अरब में मक्का मदीना बंद कर दिया गया। आप सुनिए मेरी बात। क्यों? क्योंकि कोरोना फैल रहा था। मगर इस देश में कुछ भी तबाही फैलाई जा सकती है। They say we don't care. They say we don't care for the Indian laws at all. आपको
I mean, you don't.
सच्चाई बता रहा हूँ तो चुप रहिए। चुप रहिए आपको। How dare you come on my program and say break the law of India? अरे जीतेंगे तो जीतेंगे, मगर ये मरकज वालों को माफ नहीं किया जाएगा।
What the fuck?
मन मर्जी नहीं चलेगी, नहीं चलेगी, नहीं चलेगी आपकी। आप चिल्लाइए मत। सीधी तरह से बात कर रहा हूँ, अच्छी तरह से बात कर रहा हूँ। आवाज कम, आवाज कम, आवाज कम, आवाज कम, आवाज कम, आवाज कम। You must stop when I tell you.
It's so cringe.
To be interrupted. Thank you.
अपना कहर दिखा दिया है
Who's this dude?
और
I don't really know
हिंदुस्तान
this
का
dude.
मुसलमान मस्जिदों में एकत्र
It's
होने
the
से
Russian news.
बात नहीं आ
Don't
रहा
know.
है।
This Islamic congregation has also at least effectively 3,000 corona suspects. क्या ये जानबूझ कर किया जा रहा है?
No.
क्या एक षड्यंत्र है दिल्ली को इटली बनाने की? षड्यंत्र है, साजिश है क्या ये?
Again,
Finally,
no.
Rahul, this is bio आतंकवाद. This is
What the
bio
fuck?
jihad.
कि आखिरकार मौलाना ने मौत क्यों बांटी? हमारे साथ कई सारे खास मेहमान जुड़ गए हैं, हमारे साथ थोड़ी ही देर में
it's
जुड़ेंगे
cringe,
मुशर्रफ
it's
अली खान
cringe.
साहब, जो कि स्पोक्स पर्सन है तालिबानी जमात के। मेरे साथ
Ooh.
मुजाहिर
Nope,
रहमान साहब
nope,
जुड़ेंगे।
that's not
ये
the
भी
name.
मेंबर है
That's not
तालिबानी
the
जमात
fucking
के।
name.
दीपक जी, आपने तबलीगी जमात को तालिबानी जमात जानबूझ के कहा है या गलती से कहा है?
नहीं, मैंने नहीं कहा, माफ कीजिएगा, हमने इस शब्द का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया। शोएब जमाई, मेरे मुंह में शब्द मत डालिए, अगर मेरे मुंह में शब्द डलवाएंगे तो दिक्कत होगी। और मैं आपको साफ साफ बोल दूं, मैंने तालिबानी जमात शब्द का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया है। शोएब जमाई, अपने कान का इलाज करवा लीजिए।
नहीं, आप रिवाइंड, आप अपने प्रोड्यूसर से कहिए रिवाइंड करके आपको दिखा दे आपने तालिबानी जमात कहा है।
तालिबानी जमात।
Okay, that's enough. That's enough for years actually. This country is fucked, isn't it?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Okay, let's take this seriously for a second. I'm not joking. Let's take this seriously for just a second. Let's take this seriously for a second. Oh, nope. Can't wear my glasses like that. This is India today. This photo has been doing rounds on WhatsApp and further increasing the rumors about how Muslims are apparently spreading the virus intentionally, which I don't need to tell you why that's fucking stupid. I don't need to tell you that it's a deliberate attack on Muslim identity by a very few extremists. You know all of that already. And if you don't, I'll link an article down in the description about why all of these claims are fake. Alt News is a fact-checking website which does excellent work. And look, although I am skeptical about fact-checking, solving a post-truth world, I still think that's a valuable service they're doing. So let's look at the data and see what the numbers really mean. Do the numbers really say what this infographic says it says? Is that right? Yeah. As it turns out, no. This is a very stupid graphic made by very, very stupid people. This tells us that the number of positive cases are high and they're linked to the specific group. But it does not tell the number of cases tested and how many of those tested were related to this group. What does this mean? If you don't have contextual data for people outside this group and you know the number of positives you get outside this group, you cannot really blame this group for anything. This number is meaningless without context. And as late as last week, when the lockdown has been in effect for like weeks now, groups were made, and in fact, some people misunderstood the Prime Minister's directions for celebrating healthcare workers, and they thought this was a festival, and they came out all on the roads all across the country and celebrated, hugging and crying and dancing on the roads, spreading the virus all across the country. No one's laying blame on them. The government is not. Neither are these WhatsApp groups. They selected a particular group, and you know the reason why. You're wise. You're smart. I don't need to tell you. Let's look at what Economic Times is saying. They say that over 95% of coronavirus cases reported over the last 2 days in India have been found to have links with the Tablighi Jamaat congregation. This again means nothing without background data. If you're saying 95% of cases are related to a single event, tell us the number of tests done and how many of them attended the event. Because if you're just testing one group and you're testing no one else, then all the positive cases will be attributed to one group because you're not testing anyone else. This is such simple middle school level statistics that it's so sad that union ministers and high level reporters are just saying and repeating this without any forethought. It's just really sad. It's a sad day. It's a sad day for democracy. Saugata Datta, behavioral and developmental economist, says that this is basically sampling bias, and since people from this one cluster have been tested at very high rates and overall testing is low, it is hardly surprising that a large proportion of overall positives is attributed to this cluster. In most of India, only people with symptoms are being tested, and for this particular group, everyone was tested, and Police even threatened people to get tested. So when you see such a high number, it's really not surprising because people were being tested in this group. Testing, tracing, and quarantining is the only way you can defeat this virus. You can't do anything else. And if you don't spend money on testing, you're not doing anything at all, man. Come on, Modi. Just do the thing. Now, the situation in Wuhan was known in January. The government had plenty of time to do anything really. They had no communication with the public. There was no lockdown until 2 weeks ago. And when you're saying that the problem of the Jamaat and such groups is individual, you're removing that responsibility from the government. And are you a socialist? Because if not, you probably think that the government is the universal. It has the monopoly over violence. It represents the people's will. And if you're a conservative, you also believe that any action they have taken up until now is also justified. So you should be really angry because that was just inaction on the government's part. The lockdown now is good. It's great. It should have been done much, much sooner. Removing this responsibility from the government and putting it on to individuals by the media it's very disgraceful. I never had high hopes or high expectations of the Indian media, but it's now in the gutter. Okay, so what's the call to action here? What am I trying to say? Testing the group was very good. Test everyone. Get as much testing as possible done. Keep the lockdown until it's required. Don't break quarantine. I just want you to understand the dishonesty at display here. Look at this picture. All of these news channels with their editors, anchors, and their entire crews are either the biggest morons I've ever seen, or they know this and they're lying to you. Either way, you should stop watching them right now. It doesn't matter what your ideology is, whether you're a socialist, whether you're a capitalist. You don't want these people lying to you. If you believe in the free market, you should reduce the demand so that the supply goes away. That's how economics works, right? So what was people's response when they were told this truth, when they were told that their gods were lying to them? Did they finally realize their mistake and accepted the truth of math? Gabbar Singh says, is that the real Gabbar Singh? The whole article is based on an assumption that the infected rate among the Tablighis is the same as the national average. Doesn't even bother to figure out what Tablighis infected average actually is. How the fuck is Colin, editor, let this snake oil be published? Nope, that's just not true. The article is saying we have no context for the numbers and laying the blame without having any numbers or any statistics is stupid. Next. Raj Khatri says, so Mr. Professor, as per your theory, Corona is rejected only when tested and doesn't show up even after a lockdown of 14 days. Again, no one is saying that. What? That's non sequitur. I was gonna do more, but they really have nothing. They're repeating just those 5 fake claims about Muslims and them spreading viruses, which I don't even need to tell you that is fake. I'm gonna link the alt news article again down below so you can read all of that. I'm not gonna talk about that. That's it for today, folks. Hope you're social distancing. Hope you're staying safe. I'll be back. I'll see you soon with another crazy story in this circus of a world. Bye-bye. So if you don't know this, Bernie Sanders, this dude, has just dropped out of the United States Democratic primary, and it's tough. It's bad. It sucks. The rise of Bernie Sanders in 2016 was how I got into leftist politics and into politics in general. And I'll be forever grateful to him for that. As soon as Bernie Sanders dropped out, the US stock market jumped like 550 points, and that should really tell you whose side he was on and who he really cared about. I don't know who said this, but I think it's true. Being a leftist or being a socialist is about losing and continuing to lose and just keep on losing, but being okay with losing and persevering and continuing ahead. And I think that's what we gotta do.